Well, hi everybody. My name's Deanne DeLu, and I just wanted to jump in today to go through a short video to show you how you can become a millionaire property investor in just 3 years by using lease options. Now, this is without buying any property, and instead we're learning how to control property and just doing one deal per month. It is a very simple model. We don't need banks, there are no credit checks, and it's low risk. So what strategy can get you going like this? Well, it's a lease option, of course. Now, being able to say you are a millionaire property investor is exciting in itself, but understanding that you can do this without needing a bank or a credit check, this is actually really powerful. And even better, the strategy is low risk because you never have to close on a deal until you know that it's going to make you money. Now, learning how to control property to make money instead of buying it is a real game changer. And you will often hear me talk about using other people's money to make your own. And when we're doing a lease option deal on a property, the seller either owns that property outright or they have a loan already in place. And what this means is that you don't need to borrow to buy that property. We simply put the documentation in place that give us control of that property and its cash flow. Now, I've developed a program and my Mastermind Mentor program so that people that have never been real estate investors before can get started. My system is as simple as step 1, do this, step 2, do this, step 3, do this. You get the idea. And we cover all the processes and systems that you need to understand to get the results that we're going to go through now. So let me take you through how this works. The simple model for making 6 figures in 12 months using lease options looks like this. We want to make an upfront option fee when we do the deal. And in this example, I'll be using $10,000 upfront. And we want to be doing one deal per month. We want to make a minimum of $500 positive cash flow income per deal per month. And we want to sell the property for more than what we are getting control of it for. Because we're doing this on terms, because we're selling it on terms, we can sell it for what we believe the property will be worth in 3 to 5 years in the future. And this is just awesome because it locks in more equity profit for you at the back end. But for this example, I'm just going to say that you will receive $20,000 back end profit from each deal. Now, it doesn't matter what the purchase price of the property is because financing is zero. Because it's a lease option, there's no loan. And whilst every deal will be a little bit different in real life, this is a basic model to explain how this works. So let's have a look at the spreadsheets that I've done up here. And let me just share my screen. Here we go. And okay. Now this breaks everything down to show you how doing one deal per month each year can make you over $1 million in collected cash and equity in just 3 years. So we're in year 1, month 1. Upfront lease option fee is $10,000, $500 cash flow per month. And the back end profit, the back end payment here, well, that is zero because no one is exercising their option yet. So you're not going to get any money paid out. And here, the back end profit, this is your equity build-up. And obviously that's what you're going to be paid when the tenant buyer exercises their option. Now you can see that all these $20,000 are adding up for each deal over the 12-month period. So your equity is building up as well. So here is your $240,000 equity over a 12-month period reflected over here. Back end profit not yet realized. And that really is it. This is the model. 1 month, one deal, $10,000 up front, $500 cash flow per month, and a back end carried over in this case of $20,000. Then we move into month 2, and you're going to do exactly the same thing. Another property, another $10,000 up front, another $500 cash flow, which means that you are now making $1,000 per month in cash flow, positive cash flow. And again, you're not going to get any back-end profit because no one is exercising their options. And so it's moved over into your equity build-up as we just discussed. Month 3, $10,000 up front, same thing. And it just goes on every month for the whole year. Now let's go all the way down to the bottom of the year. And at the bottom of the year, you'll see that you've made $120,000 in cash from upfront option fees just by doing these 12 deals. And believe me, you can do this if you set yourself up right and put the right systems in place. And the next thing here is the monthly cash flow. Now, just from what you've done in this past 12 months, you've made $39,000 in your first year. Now, with the back end payout, well, of course, you have nothing because no one has exercised their options yet, but you will have built $240,000 worth of equity into the deals that you've already done. So this is your first year in, and you have just made a total amount of $159,000 in cash. You've made a total equity of $240,000. So in your first year, you've just made nearly $400,000 doing only one deal per month. And this is your 6 figures in your first year of investing. So let's have a look at year 2. Now, before you even do your first deal in year 2, you'll already have a cash flow of $6,000 per month from your previous 12 deals. So after your first deal in year 2, you will get another $10,000 up front. Your cash flow per month increases to $6,500 per month. And again, you'll be carrying your equity forward because no one will be exercising their option. At the end of the year 2, we move down again. You will have received another $120,000 upfront from your upfront option fees from your 12 new deals. But more excitingly, you will have also received $111,000 from your monthly cash flow payments, and you will have also carried over another $240,000 in equity. So at the end of year 2 of your property investing adventure, you will have received $390,000 in cash and built up $480,000 in equity at the back end. And this year, year 2, you'll have received in cash $231,000. So a total of $711,000 for year 2 cash and equity. Now year 3, moving right along, is the same again. And now at the end of the year, you will be controlling 36 properties. Now I don't want you to stress about the idea of all of these properties because we do have systems in place to help you outsource the management of those properties, unless of course you wanted to do them yourself. But the whole idea of this is to do the deals and get them managed professionally, which helps you and your tenant buyers when it comes time for them to refinance into a loan or finance into a loan. So you will have received, if we move down here, you will have received another $120,000 again in upfront option fees. You are now sitting on $183,000 in monthly cash flow over the previous 12 months. That's $183,000 in monthly cash flow from your 36 properties. Now, there's still no equity payout as no one has exercised their options. Your annual cash received at the end of year 3 is $303,000. Now, over the 3 years that you've been doing this, you would have received in your hand a total of $693,000, which is pretty exciting from houses that you haven't bought. Now, you also have built up $720,000 in back-end profits. So I want you to take note of this. You are now, at the end of year 3, a millionaire property investor. So moving on to year 4, and I hope you can see the power in this because you have not bought one property. You have not been to the bank for one property. This is all through controlling other people's properties and helping solve someone's problems. Okay, so we are here in year 4. And year 4 is the year it gets really exciting because most of my deals, I set them up for a 3-year option. So this is the year that my tenant buyers are going to start to finance out. So you will start to receive your back-end profits as well. So as one tenant buyer finances out, you will be getting your $20,000 out of the property. Plus, you will also be doing another deal in the same month on a new property to replace it. Now your monthly cash flow will remain the same now, steady at about 18,000 per month, because as one deal finances out, you'll be replacing it with another. Everything else is the same, and by the end of that 12-month period, you will still be controlling 36 properties. You will have received another $120,000 in upfront option fees. You will now be sitting on $216,000 in cash flow from those 36 properties. You will have received $240,000 in back-end profits that you've now realised as your tenant buyer has financed into their own loan. Plus, you will have also put back into your kitty $240,000 in equity from new deals for your back end from money not yet realised. So this is still all sitting here, $720,000 in back end profit not yet realised. But how exciting is this number? You will have received in cash for year 4 $576,000 plus your $720 in back end profits to come. So almost $1.3 million in cash and equity. And this will continue every year that you finalise one deal and replace it with another in the same month. Now, nobody has said that you only need to do one deal a month. So this could happen a lot quicker for you. Maybe you do 2 a month, 3 a month, 4 a month. Maybe you do 15 in a year. Maybe you only want to do 6 in a year. It's totally flexible, and whatever your goals are, they are achievable because it's all up to you. Now, not every deal is the same, of course. Some you might only make $5,000 up front. Some you might make nothing. But some you might make 10, 15, and 20. I've done $20,000 in upfront option fee before. Now, you might only make $200 a month, and you might have a much bigger back-end profit built in. Or you might make $800 a month in cash flow, but have no back-end profit. So every deal is a little bit different. Every deal is flexible, and you can make it work. And a lot of how you structure these deals will depend on what your actual strategy is as well. Now, regardless of the differences in your deal numbers, this is a realistic model and it really works. These deals require no money, no loans, no deposits, no credit checks. And all it requires is for you to take action, regular, consistent action, and to follow through with a step-by-step system of putting together lease option deals with the seller and then finding tenant buyers for those deals. And this is how I can help you achieve 6 figures in your first year of investing. Now, I just want to jump over quickly to year 5, just to show you again how this is now sitting, because at the end of year 5 is the same as the end of year 4. You're still receiving your $120,000 upfront cash flow from your upfront option fees. You're receiving your $216 cash flow. You have received $240 back-end profit as your tenant buyers exercise their option and buy the property, and you put in another $240,000 in back-end profit to be realised from your new deals. And this goes on as long as you do one deal in, one deal out. So it's a very powerful way to invest using property, and I hope you can see how exciting this is. It creates ongoing cash flow that you need to replace your income and retire from your job, and it creates that long-term growth and wealth building that you need to get financially free so you can live the life that you want. Now, this, by the way, is what I teach in my program. The program gives you the exact step-by-step process of how to put all of this together. I'd love to work with you and help you achieve the income you deserve and to help you achieve your property investing dreams. Now, if you are interested in how this could work for you, then please schedule a call with me and my team on www.deandelou.com.au/apply. And that will take you to a calendar, and you can book in a convenient time so that we can have a chat about lease options, your property investing dreams, and where you want to go in your future.